I want to get back to the cost of living, and Anthony Albanese sort of trying to tell us he cares about it, but what's he going to do? Here's the PM.
Our government understands the cost of living is the #1 pressure on Australian families, which is why help with the cost of living is our #1 priority.
Well, he understands, Amanda, but what's he doing? How's it a priority when he's done nothing except trying to bail out some people with electricity bills in the interim?
What's interesting is I believe this is just very strategic rhetoric to distract people from the legislation that they're trying to push through, which actually hinders people's ability to pay. So, for example, with the closing loopholes legislation, the changing the meaning of the independent contractor, for small business women, it could decimate their entire income stream. They rely on the ability to be able to contract out to get more money. So
this is the IR legislation.
the IR legislation.
No, I think there's no doubt that their IR changes will push prices up. It's unavoidable,
and also
right?
cut off the ability for women to be able to have a side hustle. A lot of women might just do a couple of hours a week at a higher rate because they're contractors.
Yep.
They might hire other women and they hire other women, and that's how it works. And they're not companies, these are ABN holders.
Yeah.
So you change the meaning of that and a company has to pay the insurance for them and the super for them. They just won't pay them that rate or not pay them at all.
Yeah, any reduction in flexibility in the labour market is going to lead to increased prices because it's more cost for business, right?
Of course. I mean, it's just extraordinary codswallop, isn't it? Oh, we understand the cost of living. I'm sure the Prime Minister on his 500-odd-K a year and his 5 homes through Sydney's inner west truly understands the cost of living crisis. But, you know, as you said in your editorial, giving people money to pay for their power bill is very much a band-aid measure, but it actually does nothing to fix the problem, because all you are doing is putting more government money into the economy. Now, if you are already struggling to pay the bills, you take the money the government gives you, you put that towards the bill. The money you've got left over from not having to use it on that bill, you're going to go and spend it elsewhere anyway. So you do nothing to suppress the economy overheating. You actually contribute to the overheating of the economy, which means inflation continues to rise, and then your interest rates have got to go up again. So the government actually makes it worse by trying to subsidise. What they should have done, they've said today, admitted basically, that net zero ain't working. We're not going to meet our targets, and their answer is to go harder. We've got to have more intervention. Just say, we've buggered it all up, it's time to let it go.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd say there is I defend those payments to people, especially pensioners and other people on fixed incomes, because otherwise they'd literally starve thanks to the electricity prices.
They would.
So the government has to pay that, but you're right.
Yes.
It actually just fuels inflation.
The reality is that someone's got to pay for it.
Someone's got to pay for it. What they've got to do is
term.
reduce the actual
Yes.
prices.
And the thing is, on my street where I live, there are 4 people living in their cars. And
Good Lord.
Exactly. And they're workers, so they're actually working, but they can't afford to stay at home, so they sleep in their cars and go to work. That is 4 in one street.
Unbelievable.